Yes, there was a time where gas was only $1.11 per gallon. I can't help but think about how great that would be if we were able to have that price now. I sure wish I was driving around and being able to only spend that much on gas now, but unfortunately, I was just being born. The time was January of 1994. A lot of crazy events happened in January 1994, from record low temperatures to injuries in royalty and Olympic figure skating. In my speech, I want to share with you the information I found out about the events that happened in my birth month and year. So the first event I'm going to be talking about is the coldest recorded temperatures in northern Ohio and Indiana. So in northern Ohio, temperatures were below zero for 56 hours straight. This was really horrible for people because it made it really hard to stay warm, and people's pipes were freezing, and it was just really difficult for a lot of people to handle. The lowest recorded temperature is in Millersburg, Ohio, and it was negative 35 degrees. And in Indiana, there was the coldest state record of negative 36 degrees in New Whiteland, Indiana. The next event I'm going to talk about is Queen Elizabeth II had an injury. What had happened was she was riding her horse on a Saturday afternoon like usual, and eventually her horse tripped, and this caused her to fall off her horse, and what she did was she fell on her wrist and she broke it, and it actually took them 24 hours to realize that she had broken her wrist. So that was pretty crazy. But fortunately, she fell on her left wrist and she's right-handed, so I think she was able to cope with it. The next event I'm going to be talking to you about is with something that happened in Olympic figure skating in January of 1994. There were two figure skaters named Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, and Nancy Kerrigan was really favored to win in the 1994 Winter Olympics. And one day after she was practicing, she was attacked by someone and they really injured her knee, so she was forced to the sidelines during the Winter Olympics and she couldn't compete, and it was really upsetting. So this put the spotlight on Tonya Harding, and it was really, everyone really thought she was going to win then because she was the next best thing to Nancy Kerrigan and really took in for her spot once she couldn't compete anymore. But eventually things started to unravel that Tonya Harding knew what had happened to Nancy Kerrigan, and they actually found out that her ex-husband and bodyguard were accomplices to the attack on Nancy Kerrigan, and all three of them, Tonya Harding and the ex-husband and bodyguard, were eventually charged with conspiracy to attack Nancy Kerrigan. So that was really sad to happen in the Olympics, and just a really sad way to try and make yourself win by hurting someone else. But in conclusion, we can all see that some pretty dramatic things had happened in January 1994. It was really nice to be able to find out some of the events that happened, because since I was just born, I was incapable of ever knowing they happened otherwise than researching them for this speech. And I hope you all learned a lot of information about things that happened in my birth month and year. And thank you all very much for listening to my speech.